Hello, Melvin. So, at the age of 23, when most of us are still in college, still some of us trying to figure out our career paths, you already have a company. So, when did you start Evelyn and what inspired you?
So I started Everland in October 2020 during the pandemic. I was still studying in college and I got this opportunity to work on a project called it was a farmhouse in Bangalore, and I would say this project was my main source of inspiration to start up my own company so it would grow and become a huge enterprise someday. I would say Mr. Bhupesh Reddy is also my inspiration. He is the CEO and the owner of Burn Corporation, Bangalore.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Okay. So, any business or startup, they usually have a lot of challenges. So, what is or was your hardest challenge?
Time management was one of the key factors that I had to face during my initial stage. So, back in 2020, I was in college and I had to balance out my student life with my career. So, that was one of the initial challenges, though I coped it up easily. But later on, the hardest challenge was finding new clients or making new connections. And when you're meeting up with new clients, usually they don't pay up properly. So yeah, that was very challenging, and it's still challenging right now.
Yes, I think I understand. Finding clients can be a really hard job. So, Malin, I have heard that architecture is a lifestyle. What would you like to say about that? Like, does it really influence us, or is it just buildings and nothing more?
Indeed, architecture is a lifestyle. People spend a lot of money and time and effort in designing these spaces to make them feel more homely, because 95% of the time you spend indoors. You're inside your room or your living room or some part of your house. You gotta feel homely. Otherwise, you will feel as if like you're in an office or some restrictive environment. Home is basically where you feel comfortable, you feel like yourself, you express yourself. So yeah, architecture influences a lot in that aspect. The basically, for example, the color of your room, the materials that you have, the amount of design, all influences what's in your mind. It shows who you are as a person because you're designing it with an architect.
Hmm. And something that I have heard trending recently is green architecture. I think people are becoming more aware of the environment. So, what exactly is this green architecture, and is it actually environment friendly and sustainable?
Typically, buildings are designed to meet building codes or requirements. So, green architecture, or it's also known as sustainable architecture or green buildings, they go beyond the codes to improve the overall efficiency of the building performance and minimize the life cycle environmental impacts it creates. So, the highest goal of green architecture is to be fully sustainable. So, simply put, it's people doing green things to achieve sustainability. So, as an architect, you design better ventilation system for efficient heating and cooling, and you use energy efficient lighting and appliances like Energy Star products or water saving plumbing fixtures, and using natural resources for building construction, using non synthetic, non toxic materials are some of the ways where you can achieve sustainability in your building.
So, every project of yours will be different, but I'd like to know if the age group of your clients had any influence on this, like the style of the building or anything in particular that influenced the difference in your projects.
Age does have an influence in your design process when you're working with clients of various age groups. So, for example, if you're working with a client who is in their late 40s, usually their mindset is that they prefer functionality over the form. And when you compare that to the younger generation, like in people in their 20s or 30s, they find form more important than the function. Though both are balanced out equally, function plays a